There's never been a quarterback that's made a bigger 180 from a personality standpoint than Russell Wilson. I was drinking all the Kool-Aid.
He'd be like, it's spicy.
Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off by the Game Day. We are back again. Happy Wednesday. I know it's Tuesday while we're recording, but it's Wednesday.
I'm tired.
Yeah, me too, man. We played some basketball last night with some of our Game Day coworkers.
Dude, my blister is on one.
You got blisters? I sacrificed skin.
Yeah, I knocked.
Is that what the Band-Aid's there for?
Yeah, I knocked over Parodi at one point, and the ground on that court is like this,
like a sport court.
Yeah, it's like this weird.
Yeah.
It just ripped open.
So there's just like a piece of my knee just forever enshrined in that court.
It's kind of gross
cool.
when you put
It was
it that
bloody.
way.
Hey, you left it all on the field.
You did.
On the field.
Yep, on the field. No, you gave me a Charlie horse at the same time. I don't know how. Like our legs got tangled.
You remember
and
when
I woke up like 4 a.m. with just a fucking calf.
I'm
cramp.
sorry.
So I'm like,
you remember
fun.
do you remember when that was? I had in the previous play just like I backed out Ben and got the rebound, put it back, and I said to myself, I just need to fucking try.
Oh, that was right after that.
Before that, I was just like running lazily, and then on that one play, I tried like hard, boxed out, got the rebound, put it back, and then you were laughing, and then same thing on the way down. I was just like, I was going harder at that moment.
I think I was trying to foul you.
And so I ended up
you
knocking you over in an effort to go harder.
Jack,
and you ended up bloody.
You weren't
in
here yet, but we were trying to have a consensus of who got the better of each other. I said Ben got the better of Matan.
I would say so. I would.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
Ben and I didn't
would
go
say
up.
so.
Like I was on offense against Ben, and I scored against him. Ben,
Seems like a personal
I wasn't
choice.
defending Ben.
Seems like a personal choice.
That's kind of on you. You didn't want.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't want the smoke.
Yeah, but I also got the better of Adam too.
Did you?
So, yeah, I did.
I mean, because you're 6'7".
Yeah, exactly.
Did you?
Yeah.
I feel like I was.
You played great.
Yesterday.
You played great.
I played
Very
like
Jimmy
shit
Butler-esque.
yesterday.
you played great, but
My
Matan
God.
played amazingly. That's
also
where you
played
fucked
great.
up.
I had a good day.
Hey, Jack was shooting. Though.
I was hitting jump shots. That
Dude,
doesn't happen for
that was
me.
the only thing I could do is like hit the open layup when I'm filling the gap, and then just like
No, you ran a really nice. You ran the same play over and over and over again, which was
just
a
go
nice
behind
pick,
Adam. Yeah.
go behind, shoot
pick
the
and
through the
pop.
three.
legs.
Shoot the three. I only
That one.
I didn't
almost-
step up
That one
on
you had
you.
like that sick behind the legs or.
I didn't
between the legs
step up on
pass.
you a single time, and you missed every time. And then the
one
one time
time.
I stepped up, you nailed
Drained
it
it.
in my face.
I'm sore though.
Because then I don't think I just shoot. Like if I have too much time, I just fuck it up.
Yeah, whatever. It was a good time.
I'm tired.
I hate.
I like to think I model my game after Mo Spates.
Oh,
Warrior
dude,
legend.
that's so good.
Good comp.
That's such a good.
Like
comp.
not
is a
much
good
bounce
comp.
or vertical or anything like that.
Yeah, I record. I was sitting on the
that's
bench.
right.
Producer Ben has a highlight.
I was sitting on the bench. Yeah. By the way, all of Ben's highlights came while I was on the bench. So
Well,
with
you were
that-
on the
What was
bench.
the
Yeah,
highlight?
exactly.
You're on
You
the
wanna
bench.
see it?
You got your ass kicked. That boy was hitting shots.
I got a video.
I'm trying to think who what everyone's player comp is as a hooper because we've hooped with Lipe before, obviously too.
I like to think I'm Jimmy Butler.
Who's
you know,
that?
hustle plays.
Oh, okay.
Will
Not
your team.
many jump shots.
Oh, you were
though.
Not as
recording
many
it?
jump. But
Yeah.
I also do when we started warming up. When I told you when we showed up, Steph and I probably airballed 23s. Like my brain
Christ.
had to be recalibrated
Yeah.
of how far the basket is from like a 3-point shot. So I airballed like 20 in a row, and then finally we started like getting, and I would hit some shots here and there, but not as many jump shots. But in terms of pure like transition and defense, two-way player, hustle plays,
Yeah, you are a two-way guy.
two-way guy.
Yeah, I'm just 3-point line to 3-point line. You know, shoot some threes, set some hard screens.
Yeah.
You know,
I modeled
Transition, I might be LeBron. I don't know. Transition, you.
I
Oh,
did.
that's true.
That was
I was-
after I came back,
was great.
band-aiding up my bloody knee, and then I came down. There's that fucking small dude on me, and
look
I'm
at
like,
that.
why do
That
I
was
not
another
just
game I
back
was
him
sitting
down?
on. There was
weak-ass
one game
shot.
I was on the bench for. All of
guy's
their
shot.
highlights were while I was on the bench.
Damn, bro. You got to make yourself.
That guy had such a
yourself on
weird
the court.
shot. He would like move left.
Yeah, it was like this. It was
All right,
called
let's talk
Lonzo
football.
Ball.
We're sore though. We're tired. We had a good,
fine. I
good
just
run
got a
yesterday.
weird
Felipe's
knee.
gonna come
Sounds
next
My
time.
last
man.
point is that I only lost one game and beat them 3 times. So
And
tell me
we
Ben
only
got the
lost
better of me.
one game and
Also.
stayed on the court the whole time. So
Yeah, bitch.
how'd you get off the court that one time? Because
Yeah,
you lost
beat
us.
but I beat you 3 other times.
Yo, our listeners
we're
have
not
no
up
idea
games.
what we're talking about, bro. Let's just be real.
All right, we'll talk football. What do we want to talk about? There was a bunch of stuff, not a bunch of stuff, but lots of things on my list that I want to talk about. The
you have a
first
list.
the
Nice.
first thing that we were talking
It's
about,
wild.
Jack as a baseball guy was showing us a video earlier about why baseball is the hardest sport to play, and we've talked about this a lot, but we were talking about what the hardest thing to do in sports
Fuck
is.
baseball.
Fuck you.
Yep, that's
What
fair.
the hardest thing to do in sports is. So, as a football podcast, I want to ask this. Fact or cap, playing quarterback is the hardest thing to do in sports.
Huge cap.
Man, I'll let him go because it's very obviously true.
You think
I,
it's
was,
fact?
I broke up
True?
Obviously true. Obviously true fact.
True fact.
True fact. Facts are true.
Hardest thing to do in sports, in any sport, is hitting a baseball. And it's not even remotely
Well,
close.
okay, well, that's not fair to say to hit a baseball or to play
Yes,
a whole
what's-
position that
so
has.
what's the
Okay, yeah.
hardest
So
thing-
Adam
That's a
said
fair-
the same
fair.
shit, and that. I
But
think,
hitting
is
in
stupid.
baseball is like you're playing half your time is hitting
because you can't-
other half is in the field.
Yeah.
Like it's
Right. It's
No,
like
no.
it's
The comparison would
every
be
player has to
comparison-
hit.
The comparison would be
Throwing a
hitting
football.
a baseball or throwing a football. Clearly,
No.
hitting a baseball is
Because
harder.
hitting a baseball is your whole job.
No.
Throwing the football is your whole job.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Well,
Hitting a
also
baseball is
you
not
do
your whole job.
Yeah,
Same-
lots of players.
There's
It is.
lots of
For
players
lots of
that-
players, it is.
like a designated hitter.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
literally their job is
Yeah,
to
it is
hit
their
the
whole
ball.
That is
job.
fair. The name is
And
designated.
also,
I'm designating
you
you to
as
hit.
you two as baseball haters know that nothing happens in the field. So the thing that you need to do
It's
So,
hit
then,
the fucking
so
ball.
then the
Ball,
question
yeah.
is. So then the question is, what's harder to play, designated hitter or quarterback? And quarterback is by far a harder position to play.
I
disagree.
Vehemently disagree.
Disagree.
Good
Why?
word. You like that?
Oh,
It's
dude,
good
there's
word.
a lot of good words being
Vehemently?
thrown.
Vehemently. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah,
it is.
vehemently.
I
Why would
tried.
Vehemently.
Why do you say baseball? So right now, I said this earlier. I lean towards playing quarterback.
Yeah.
But I can be persuaded.
You guys are baseball
Tell me
haters,
why.
so you guys won't get.
It's,
I'm not a
the
baseball
question
hater.
is being a hitter or being a quarterback is really what it is.
Yeah. Hitting a baseball, being a hitter is 10 times harder than being a quarterback, in my opinion, as
Why?
a skill. What
does that mean?
Because, dude, can you just shut up and let me talk?
Hold on, I'm asking you what that means.
It's just like, why? Why? What is that?
Yeah, what does that
I'm going
mean?
to talk. I'm
What
going
is-
to
what is-
explain.
What's the skill? Break down the skill.
Speak.
Hitting a ball. So in baseball, right, you're not even hitting the ball every time. If you put the ball in play and you get a hit, 30% of the time, you are a Hall of Famer. If you succeed 30% of the time, you are in the Hall of Fame. If you had a 30% quarterback completion percentage, you're out of the fucking league, right?
True.
Good point.
True.
It's a great point.
And baseball too. There's a video we've watched. It's on sports science and everything like that. The time it takes you to blink is around 300 to 400 milliseconds.
Bit.
The time you have to process the pitch, decide where it's going to be, what pitch it is, and if you're going to swing or not is 100 milliseconds.
Science.
So you blink
So
longer than
you blink
the
4
amount
times.
of time.
The time it takes you to blink is 4 times longer than the time it takes you to process hitting a baseball. Hitting a baseball should scientifically be impossible.
Yeah, it should be. But
Anyone like
to me, it's
dude,
the
quarterbacks can read a defense.
Can I ask a question, though?
There's a lot of shit.
The
but-
reason I also think, like with baseball, because there's so many batters that, like, it's not the chances of you hitting. Obviously, like how many? It's very rare you'll get 3 hits a game max, 4 max.
Yeah,
dude, yeah, like 4.
the best.
If that was
if you're the best
you're
hitter
getting
on the
you're
team,
getting
you
up
might.
to plate 5 times a game, 4 times a game.
max.
I would say the best hitters
Depending on how
average
many
like
runs you
2 hits
scored.
a game.
So
At
if
five-
that
five
was
at
not
bats.
even.
Why are we
Five
considering?
at-bats.
Why are we considering? Like, I get the 300 thing, right? They hit 1 out of 3, and that's what the best are doing. But that doesn't make sense as far as saying like that. I understand hitting a baseball is harder, but if we're comparing them to just because it's hard to do,
I know what you're trying to say. Just because it's hard to do, you can't compare it to like playing a position.
no. Just because the best are bad at it doesn't mean that you're good because you're also bad at it. Like,
What?
No,
you're
I
saying,
don't understand.
Where are you going with this?
I don't even know how to explain it. Like you're
You
saying,
just want to hate on baseball.
no, I don't. I appreciate baseball. I think hitting the baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports, but it's not harder
That's
than
what the
playing.
question is, isn't it?
Well, then I agree with that. But I'm saying that being a hitter is not harder than being a quarterback. Hitting the ball is harder than doing any single thing a quarterback does. But being a quarterback, playing the quarterback position is harder than being a hitter.
Nah,
Because you do so much more.
there's so much more into baseball too, though. You do a lot of things that you don't even think about. Like you have to think. All right, you have to go look at all these pitcher scouting reports. There's so many different pitchers, lefty, righty, from all these different arm angles. They all throw different pitches, different speeds, and you have to basically go up there and guess. You know what? I think he might throw this next.
But isn't
pitch.
that's the same almost with a quarterback and a defense?
Dude? The combinations of pitches that they face is so much higher than like defensive.
How many?
schemes that
How
they
many?
can
I don't
face
know
as a
about
How many
quarterback.
different types of pitches would you say there are?
Bro,
How
I'm
many?
not-
Just
well,
assume.
there's hundreds of pitchers in the league that all throw from different arm angles, throw from different
I'm-
speeds, and have different pitches.
I'm just saying, if you had to like throw a number out there of the amount of pitches that are out there to throw in a game,
20.
okay, how many defenses are out there that a defense can run in a game?
A lot, bro.
I don't know,
the-
but you could throw a fastball 105 or you could throw it 89.
Yeah.
You can throw it from
There's a
up
lot of
top,
I'm
you
not
can throw it
disagreeing with that.
sidearm.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just
So
refuting.
that makes the movement of the ball and everything
I'm just
different.
refuting what you said, which is essentially the fact that like they have to factor in like what these pitches are and the scouting reports and if they're lefty, righty, fast, slow, any of that. Whereas like a quarterback also has to read a defense in the moment. They're both hard things to do. Yeah. If it's about a position, I say quarterback. If it's about deciding a skill things in the moment, sports, it's definitely hitting a baseball.
Deciding things in the moment.
Where's the love for like a hockey goalie?
They save like 97% of the shots, like
because they're
it's
big
hard.
and they
it's
have
hard,
things.
but like
I just like
scary.
Yeah.
What about winning a UFC fight?
Oh, I don't got the fucking balls for that.
That's also just like scary, you know. Like
honestly, golfing hard
as shit.
I was gonna say, and nobody has brought up golf like as a skill. That's like one of the most insane.
I've golfed my whole
skills
fucking life. I still suck.
Yeah, exactly. It's
comparatively.
no, but that's the point, right? It's
I'm
like
good.
you can play baseball your whole life and still you're only hitting 300.
So what are we
You know
saying?
I mean?
Fact or
you
cap?
can play golf your whole life and still you break lower than 80, like whatever.
What are we saying? Fact or cap?
If I break 80, I'm lucky. Like
I think it's cap.
I think it depends on how the question's asked.
Yeah. How are we phrasing the question?
I said the hardest thing to do in sports. Playing quarterback is the hardest thing to do in sports.
Cap. It's hitting a baseball.
Yeah, it's hitting it. Well, playing quarterback isn't doing something. There's so many things you do as a quarterback. So
same with being a hitter.
No, you just hit a ball. What else do you do as a hitter? You hit a ball.
Bro, you have to
now how you hit the ball is different.
Yeah.
But you hit a ball. Whereas a quarterback
you're
reading
hitting a ball.
You're throwing
hitting a ball is such a mental game too.
I understand.
Like as much as
but I'm
being
just
a
saying the
quarterback.
question is. I'm just saying
You
the
have to
question
be
is broken.
as mentally disciplined.
I'm not invalidating
hitting a
baseball.
baseball.
I'm saying the question is broken. It's a bad question because one is playing a position, and the other is doing one thing, which is the hardest thing to do in sports. I agree with that.
It's not just one thing. Like it's the same. Like Matan
the question is hitting a baseball.
Fortitude. As a quarterback, you're
I
essentially throwing a football.
But you
are essentially
are
throwing a football. As a football player.
Look. Obviously, you're a football guy. You're not a baseball guy. If you were a baseball guy, you would understand that just hitting a baseball is not as simple as just like
No. Hold on. You're mistaking his argument though. Yes. You're thinking that just because he's saying hitting a baseball, he's discrediting how hard it is. All he's just saying is that that's one thing to do. There's many variables of how to hit the ball, and that makes it the hardest thing to do in sports. But when you're a quarterback,
your one thing to do is throw the ball, but there's many variables about playing quarterback.
Yes.
So your
it's
question,
the same thing,
No. Okay,
right?
so
Like
sure.
you could choose to not swing, right?
All right, so
you could
here's a
choose
better-
to rush the football. You could choose to not swing and try to draw a walk.
So here's
right?
a better
You
question.
choose to bunt.
You could choose to bunt. You could choose to
choose to
here I'm gonna
try and hit a
here I'm
ground
gonna hit
ball.
a
You can try and hit a
single.
five.
Here I'm gonna hit a home run. You know what I mean?
Is this
Like,
exercise
your
about
question
yelling
is
the loudest?
your question is
there are
literally
different variation. There are different things you could do as a hitter, right? Same way there are different things you could do as a quarterback.
But when you say it's the hardest thing to hit a baseball, you're talking about literally, like, let's break this down, right? Is make contact with the baseball, correct? No.
Round bat, round ball.
What does that mean?
I would
You
say
hit a round bat, like the bat is round with a round ball.
So none of what you just said matters at all because all we're talking about is making contact with the baseball, which I think is the hardest thing to do in sports. But all the mental shit doesn't matter when you're talking about that.
Yes, that all comes
It
into play with
entirely
it.
does.
It totally
Go and
does.
try to hit
Is
a
the
fastball.
prompt,
Go and try to hit a 95 mile an hour
What's the hardest thing to do in
fastball.
sports, or what's the hardest position to play in
Thank
sports?
you. That's what I'm trying to say. Hardest thing to do in sports by far, sure. Hit a baseball, no doubt.
Hardest position, probably shortstop.
I don't know.
Quarterback.
Third base, tough catcher.
They're the lack of love and appreciation
Actually,
for
I would say
another
catcher because you
sport
got to
is
call a
bullshit.
whole game.
What'd you say?
Bullshit.
As a catcher, you have to call a whole
Point
game
guard.
too.
Yeah.
You got to read the
No,
defense.
basketball is definitely not on the table.
Facilitate the offense.
I was just
Keep
saying,
the
hitting
pacing
the
of the
baseball is
game.
hard. So fact for hitting a baseball, but comparing it to playing quarterback, it's two different sports, man.
It's
You can't
not
do it.
Oh,
It's not that
God.
different. It's not that different.
It's very
God.
different.
They're definitely different.
If you would have said
different.
if you would have said throwing a football compared to hitting a baseball,
No, so essentially
100%.
what
100%.
what getting a base hit is completing a pass, right?
So the question is
Sure.
getting a base hit,
That's-
not. So the question is getting a base hit, like getting on base.
No, just hitting the ball.
So that's what I'm trying. You guys keep moving
Hitting
the
the ball
bases,
is
bro.
the same as completing a pass.
goalposts are being
And
a
The
little
goalposts keep moving.
The goalposts
Are we
are-
talking about literally making contact with the baseball? Or are we talking about getting on base?
Being a hitter.
I'll be completely
Being
honest.
a hitter, there's every.
All right, then
everyone
quarterback
a
is harder
hitter.
than being a hitter.
Everyone
but
is
hitting
a
a
hitter.
baseball is harder than what a quarterback does. All right.
But you just said that the skill of being a hitter is hitting a baseball, and if hitting a baseball,
I'm asking you what the question is. You said hitting a baseball.
I'm just saying,
is harder.
like, but okay, being a hitter versus being a quarterback. The
Being a
skill,
quarterback
the
is
skill that you need to be a hitter as a position. To be a hitter is hit baseballs, which you just said is the
And the
hardest
skill to
thing
be a quarterback
to do in sports.
is
And
to
the
complete
skill
passes.
that you
That's
need.
not true. That's not
The
true.
skill that
What?
you need to be a quarterback, yes, of course, is to throw the ball, rush the ball,
Read
read
defenses.
defenses.
But
all
same
those
with-
Call
things.
your offense.
Yeah,
Bro,
okay.
but, like,
Make
all of those
pre-play
things are
adjustments,
not the
make
hardest
But
thing
here's
to
the
do
thing:
in
is
sports.
you're not counting.
I'm
you're
just
not
saying.
accrediting
I'm just
for
saying.
hitters.
All of those
Like,
things are not the hardest thing to do in sports. Whereas being a hitter, which their skill
hitters
is to
have to
hit
hitters
the
have
ball,
to read where he thinks the
is.
pitcher's going to go, what pitch, where it's going to be. like all this different shit. It's just like reading a defense, but it's a little different. You're reading your opponent and trying to anticipate what they do. It's the same shit.
We'll agree to disagree.
There's a lot of passion going around, and I don't give a fuck who's right and who's wrong. All right, they're both pretty fucking hard.
We're saying Cap. The answer's golf, right?
Yes.
I was gonna say a UFC fighter just winning a fight, but
That's
that's actually probably the fuck.
I don't think so. You want to go down that rabbit hole?
Yeah,
now,
I mean, you want to go 5 rounds, 5 minutes. Think about a 25-minute fight to the death. Think about how long that is. You wrestle for 30 seconds when you're like in college with your boy.
No, I played rugby. Rugby is not harder than UFC.
Fuck out of here with rugby.
Rugby is actually
it's not legal to beat the shit out of someone.
Here's a take.
It's quite literally not legal to beat the shit out of someone in rugby. There's one sport where you get paid to beat the shit out of someone, fight to the death. That's not rugby. That's the UFC. That's mixed martial arts. So the fact that person's trying to kill you and you're trying to kill them for 25 minutes, I can't even last 25 seconds.
It's gladiators.
Yeah.
Wrestling is so hard. Now try taking punches. I'm going with the UFC. I don't even know what the prompt was.
Since Ben brought up rugby, just here's a take. Just want to throw it out and see what you guys think. So I played rugby and football growing up. I played rugby more often.
Nice.
Yeah. My dad played rugby, so I kind of like grew into it.
That's cool.
Played both. Rugby, safer sport than football.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's actually not that. There's an objective stat I've seen.
Ben's like, no pads.
No pads is the reason it's safer.
You know why
it's
safe? It's because you're taught to tackle properly.
Correct.
Not like spearing your head as a weapon. You actually tackle like we're taught cheek to cheek. So my cheek to your ass cheek. That's how you tackle. And you're like, since you don't have pads,
Yeah, they're teaching that in
you're not
football
using your body as a weapon.
Well, they're
They're
teaching
they're
it.
teaching
No,
that.
What they teach you in football?
well, that
In
was
high school-
Screws to screws.
Yeah, in Pee Wee, but in high school they started teaching because the Seahawks brought it to the league, the rugby style tackling and stuff like
All right,
that.
factor Cap.
But regardless,
Baseball
you're right.
players are more athletic than football players.
easy
kidding.
fact.
Jesus.
Bro, you ever see
Introduce
Bartolo Colon?
Danny,
While we are talking
Danny
about,
Burgers.
dude, fucking
love
legend.
him.
While we are talking about comparing sports, though, obviously last week we talked about the NFL playoffs being the best playoffs, being just the best playoff, right? Like as a playoff system. But what is the actual best playoff to watch?
Hockey.
Because obviously, right now the hockey playoffs are going on.
Basketball's
going on.
I think it depends on what sport you like the most.
No,
like,
I disagree though, because
Or say if, like, if
sure,
your
your interest level, so it's tough. Like me watching a baseball game, I'm not going to be as interested, but obviously they've made it a quicker game now, so like a playoff matchup could be way more exciting. But when it comes to like the NFL, that's a 4-hour game. There's so many commercials.
4.5, dude.
It's a
Super
long
Bowl's
time.
5
Don't get me
hours.
wrong. I love watching. We're a fucking NFL podcast, but that's long as shit. When it comes to hockey, it's 20 minutes nonstop. You're gonna get maybe 1-2 commercials max a period.
2 max.
Max. And the fact that today's hockey players are like the skill level has increased tremendously.
Connor
That you're gonna see a lot more
McDavid's.
goals than you did in the past. You don't have the 1, 2, 3 max goals a game like you used to. You're gonna have like 5 or 6. Like that's not a crazy
Did it
thing.
used to be lower scoring?
It used to be lower scoring. Now
They're also
rule
more
changes,
dominant
speed.
goaltenders back then too.
Yeah.
Like Martin Brodeur.
So like I think watching
Still
hockey
Gretzky
is by far the
leads.
best playoff game to watch because it's just nonstop. There's no time
You
for me
can't
to
see the
stop.
puck though, so if you can't see the puck, then how do you know who
that's
scores?
on you if you can't
Yeah,
see
but
the
that's
puck.
on
I
you.
can see the
Yeah,
puck.
exactly. You
watch
just
hockey
don't know
a
how to
few
watch
times-
the game.
Yeah,
That's
if you
it.
watch hockey a few times, then you'd be
Yeah,
like,
you
all right,
pick it
I
up.
find that. You know, it's
Here's how you know it's a fact that you can't see the puck, because I learned this like 20 years ago. They started highlighting it on TV. They started making it like yellow.
well, yeah, no, it's hard to see.
All
it.
right.
Yeah,
there you
but
go.
if
Black
you're actually
on white ice.
like you
I
should be
don't
able
know,
to
bro.
see.
Like there's a reason the puck is black.
You could also tell you can tell by the way they're moving who has the
Who has
puck.
the puck,
You know what I
right.
mean?
I don't know, dude.
You don't necessarily
Body
need to
language.
see the puck. Like,
Hockey's
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
just like football, you can't see the football all the time, but you know who has it based on how they're. You know.
This might be an L take, but I don't really care. I think it's basketball. I love the NBA playoffs.
I do too.
The
But it's
NBA
just-
playoffs is my favorite playoffs.
But we're not talking
by a
about the
lot.
Really?
playoffs.
March
We're
Madness
talking
is
about
a
the
better
game.
basketball
But we're not,
playoff.
hold on. But we're not talking about the playoffs. We're talking about the game. The game itself. Watching one singular game.
Matan likes playoff.
You're
basketball.
watching
playoff
NBA
basketball.
playoff game over.
Game 7 basketball, like watching that. It was just the first half. Watching that Celtics Sixers game 7
intense.
was just like fucking awesome. High level ball. It was, again, like I said, just the first half was good. The second half was terrible, but like incredible basketball, high intensity. Mike Breen on the call, who I just fucking love.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just find it most exciting.
But usually, sorry, I just have one last thought. Usually you could wait to the second half, especially in a game. Like, you're going to watch it, but usually the thought process is like, I don't have to watch the first half of an NBA game because I can watch the second half.
Everyone says that, right? You could tune in for just the fourth quarter of
hockey. You
basketball.
have to be tuned in the whole time.
Hockey, you should be tuned in the whole time. Hockey's exciting.
I will say, like, it's kind of like you with the Panthers right now, the Florida Panthers. Like, me growing up, I always, like, you know, like in no order, it was always 1, 2, 3. It was Warriors, Giants, Niners. Those were my 3 teams. And then if the Sharks were good, I watched them in the playoffs. Well, every Sharks playoff game that I watched, like in middle school, high school, college, whatever, now they're ass, so they're not in the playoffs. But, like, I would be locked the fuck in. Yeah. And it was so, like, I think there was like a Game 7, I think, in the Western Conference Finals they played against the Predators. That was more intense to watch to me than Game 7 in 2016 against the Cavs for the Warriors. It's just the atmosphere and something about hockey where anything can happen and change any given moment.
Like Bruins Panthers Game 7.
Dude, that was fucking crazy. I don't even give a shit about either of those teams or hockey.
So, I just think hockey's nuts.
Hockey is lit. Don't get me wrong.
To watch.
Hockey is lit. I only watch hockey.
Yo, Dallas Stars Game 7 win, bro.
I'm not a hockey fan.
Could be Panthers, Dallas Stars.
I'm not a hockey fan at all. I only watch hockey during the playoffs.
The world,
like I don't give a shit about hockey almost ever. I think it's silly, but.
Who? Panera Bread?
Rangers the bread man. That's what they call him.
Rangers legend. Artemi Panera.
Panera Bread, bro. Fire Caesar salad. But Madison Square Garden, any game.
Yeah, MSG is different.
MSG is the greatest place to watch a sporting event.
I disagree.
That's big.
I actually hate MSG. I like Barclays Center more.
What?
I remember the first time.
Barclays Center might be the worst NBA stadium in the entire.
It's better than. Oh, it's worse than a lot of ones I've been to. But it's
nicer
better
than MSG.
You think Barclays is
MSG
better than MSG?
Bro, it's like so archaic.
Bro, it's
that's what it's about. That's what it's about. I know what you're saying.
Wait.
I've been to a Knicks game. I've been to like some like little dinosaur like little play event over there.
Is better than MSG.
Yeah. It is nicer.
But that's not
nicer.
I'm not going for aesthetic.
Yeah,
I'm not going for aesthetic. I want fans out and rowdy shit. MSG, I fucking hate the Knicks.
It's like,
that
bro,
place is an electric
Arrowhead
factory.
is a shithole, but it's sick because it's fucking
awesome.
electric. You know what I mean?
The Bengals Stadium is a shithole. It's also
it's like not
electric.
a nice stadium.
The Dolphin Stadium, beautiful.
Bro, Wrigley Field is a piece of shit.
Yeah, but it's about the atmosphere.
It's like beautiful. They made it nice, but the stadium is shit.
Nice?
Yes, they've put.
Bro, it was built in like 1978.
Bro,
what?
They
Which
made
one?
adjustments to the stadium 4 years ago.
Inside MSG, like the concession
stand.
The Dolphins have put millions and millions of dollars into the stadium.
Hard Rock's new.
And the stadium sucks.
I drive by
it's beautiful.
It's really ugly.
Isn't it new?
It might be ugly, like because it's a box, but it's they put new things in it.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
There you go.
Go and check what's inside.
Like Levi's where the Niners play is fucking so nice. It's beautiful, but it sucks when you're in there because it's corporate as shit, and the fans don't really give a fuck there.
Exactly.
I agree with your take. Barclays Center was only built like 10 years ago.
Barclays is the newest stadium.
Way nicer stadium
the Chase
in
Center,
terms of
the
like
newest stadium.
cleanliness. The bathrooms are
all that
way
shit.
better. Like all that shit. But I mean, MSG like actual sport atmosphere.
I've been to a few
I went
NBA
to
games.
I went to a World
Nets
Series game. I've been to fucking.
I went to a Nets game. I went to a
playoffs.
Nets game last year with work actually when the Lakers were playing there and LeBron was playing. Nobody cheered for the Nets. The only time there was any cheering was when LeBron had the ball.
Yep.
There was no cheering for their team.
Yeah,
LeBron he wasn't even doing anything. It was just LeBron. You know?
I get that.
It's the same with the.
But it was like
when I went.
it was whack.
I went to Heat Nets. I thought the exact same thing. MSG. Like by far the best stadium.
Dude,
whether it's Game 7
for
Rangers,
atmosphere.
atmosphere.
I went to a
to
Knicks
me,
game.
atmosphere is everything. I'd rather have a shit stadium and an electric atmosphere than a beautiful stadium and a shit atmosphere.
I would agree.
The only Knicks game I've been to was like a few years ago. It was Knicks Bucks. Giannis was hurt. It was when Porzingis was on the Knicks. Porzingis
this
was
was
hurt.
a while ago.
It was like there were the 2 worst teams in the East.
Oh,
and there was like
When I
20
went-
people, and it was fucking atrocious.
All right,
It was
well,
like
you need to
it
go
was
this year.
depressing. It was a
Dude,
depressing
Heat-
game.
I
I
didn't
never
go
wanted
to
to go back to
playoffs.
MSG
You
again.
need to go this year.
Heat Knicks. When I went in the regular season, that was just like.
It was probably insane.
Dude, I'm still pissed. Like right after I moved here, like I didn't really know anyone. But it was right before Steph broke the all-time three-point record at MSG. I had no one to go with, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not going to get a ticket." And I should have fucking done. They're like $250 right before tip.
I know some people that were there.
I think it's totally kosher to Steven Glansberg going to a game.
I know. Weird? Now I've realized that I've done it, and it's actually not that bad. You just kind of chill.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Steven Glansberg,
I don't know what that means.
like being by yourself, like sitting alone. type
You
of
know
thing.
what? Normalize going
person's
alone to
name?
concerts.
It's from like a show or a movie.
person's
I just
name?
know the term.
I feel bad for that guy if that's the
But like
term.
I'll
He's
go
known
to
for being
I'll
by
go to like if
himself.
I have to go to a meal by myself, fuck it, put in some headphones and just it's so peaceful.
Oh,
but
dude,
going to a game, I would.
Yeah, would you ever travel by yourself?
I would solo travel.
Hell yeah, easily.
I don't think I could do it.
I feel like I'm outgoing enough. I'd be fine.
I don't think
like,
I could do
meet
it.
people there.
I was
You go
talking
to-
about this.
You go to
with
like a
my
hostel or
girlfriend
some
earlier.
shit where you can meet a bunch of
I
people.
feel I explore more.
You're a social butterfly. This kid,
Yeah, I'd be easy with that.
you're good at that. I'm not good at that. I don't think I could do
I
it.
love exploring.
I was talking about that earlier. All right, sorry. We'll move.
This has been quite the episode.
I know,
Just-
it's all
People
over
don't
the
think
place.
we have a diverse range of topics we can talk about. Listen to this fucking.
Hey, we're in a dead zone in the NFL.
All right.
offseason.
Last little question I
gotta
got
get to
here.
June at least.
Matt Ryan just signed with CBS as a commentator. So
But he's not retired yet, by the way.
no, he's
He
not.
said
He
he's not
might play
retired.
again. He might play again.
He's going to commentate. But
So
he's
yeah,
not
Matt
retired.
Ryan signed with CBS as a commentator. So what NFL player would you want to see as a commentator? Any NFL player you could pick?
Marshawn Lynch.
It'd be so bad though.
He'd be so bad, but it'd be so funny. One game, give me one Marshawn Lynch game where it's like fucking, I don't know, Titans, Texans.
Yeah.
Something horrible.
This is a great question.
I mean, my instinct is Peyton Manning, but we kind of see that with their
we
Monday
see the
Night
Manning
Football
cast.
feed.
but it's fantastic.
It's amazing.
They
They're
just took
so
a different
good.
spin. If Peyton took a traditional spin,
He would be
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
He'd be incredible. And
It's
he
like-
sort of did that. Didn't he do that like ESPN series where he like
Peyton's places.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
one
he
of
did
those
that.
where he like
was good.
goes
He's
through the
so
X's and
good.
O's.
It was like the
love that.
Kobe thing before.
All right, current NFL players.
RP.
Who would you want to see go to the
current.
booth?
Shit.
Current
Current?
NFL players.
Whoa.
All right.
Sauce Gardner.
George Kittle would be fun.
Kittle would be really good.
Cooper
Yeah.
Kupp.
Travis Kelce, Jason
Oh,
Kelsey.
Cooper Kupp.
We need a Kelsey cast.
Cooper Kupp just did that one.
Oh my god.
Cooper Kupp had one viral moment
Yeah, that
where
was
he
cool.
broke down some defensive
Oh yeah,
scheme.
triple X
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
And
top.
now I think he's like a fucking genius, but I'm sure lots of players could do
But
that.
that's
Yeah,
the reason
yeah.
why he's good in
Yeah.
football, because he's so smart.
I don't want to hear Sauce Gardner. That'd be fucking lit.
Yeah, he would be great.
Really?
He's so lit. Yeah,
You love
fun
Sauce,
personality, and obviously to be a lockdown corner, you're going against the best quarterbacks, and you know how to shut them down. So Sauce, I think, would be my number one.
Really?
Wow.
Dude, no. Hey, Adam, the Kelsey cast would be 50 times better than that.
I'd rather watch the Kelsey cast on mute than watch Sauce Gardner.
Travis
call
would
a
be
game.
good. Travis would be good too.
Jason is
Jason.
great.
What's Jason doing at center?
He plays.
He's just going like
What's
this.
he doing at center? It doesn't matter. Their rapport would
Bro,
be way
center's
better.
also a hard ass fucking
The
position
Kelsey
to play. I
cast?
don't
No,
want to hear.
no,
Bro,
it's
the
not.
Kelsey
I don't
cast would
wanna
be
hear
10
any of that
times.
shit.
It's actually not. If we're being,
I think the
It is.
Kelsey cast would be
realistic.
10 times better than the Manning cast. 10 times better.
I think so too because there's more personality.
Yeah, exactly.
For Travis.
specifically.
No, Jason has awesome
Well, Jason,
personality too.
well, Peyton and
I
Travis are
agree.
the personalities.
Both of them are.
Jason
I,
over
I, would,
Eli.
I would rather hang out with Jason Kelsey than Travis Kelsey. I think Jason's funnier.
I agree.
Travis gives me a little.
I
What's
get it.
another
I get
current
what you're
player?
saying.
What's another current player?
Who?
Oh, yeah, good take. Osa Odigado.
That was
Osa
a great. That was a great
Odigado.
take.
We will be hearing from Osa Odigado
tomorrow.
Ooh,
Friday.
Michael
Friday,
Parsons
Friday.
could be interesting, I guess.
Mike is
Nah,
actually
he's
cool.
cool.
Mike
Nah, I
is
don't think he'd
outspoken.
be
He's
good.
outspoken.
God, I gotta think, man.
Ooh, the racist cast, the Bosas. That would be a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah, you
Nick
put,
and
you put
Joey?
it on Fox Sports or Fox News, whatever.
yeah.
Fox News. Fox News would start broadcasting football.
Low key is a good way to get into the sport.
Yeah. I don't
For the
know.
record, I don't think
Quarterbacks,
he's
like,
racist,
there's
it's
got to be
just low-hanging
quarterbacks. Russell Wilson would probably be really good.
No, I'm over
No.
Russell. I'm like actually.
Russell
I've
be
never.
good.
There's never been a quarterback that's made a bigger 180 from a personality standpoint for me personally than Russell Wilson.
Well, you
I was
wanna-
drinking all the Kool-Aid, and then
Me too,
once
I
everyone
always
started
He'd be like, it's spicy.
Yeah, once, like
about
you.
that.
Whenever I saw those Subway commercials, or even like any commercial that he was in when he was in those Seattle days, I'd be like, he's playing the bit. Like, oh, he's so cute. Like, family man,
not.
loves Jesus.
Apparently he's an
Sierra.
asshole.
But that's what I'm saying. Is then it comes out that all these former Seahawks players talking shit about him, that they had to go through his manager, like. And then you see what and then you see what happened in Denver, and then the bathroom situation, and then the danger, which like there's never been a bigger 180 than Russell Wilson.
You know what would be like unbearable is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I couldn't listen to Patrick.
Listen
Mahomes.
to him for 4
As his-
hours
just because his
straight.
voice is
Oh,
black.
oh.
Exactly. Like,
Weirdly, Juju. No,
he was really personal. Gardner Minshew.
no, he's kind of quiet.
He'd be just like, yeah, you know.
Oh my
Chris
God.
Jones.
Chris Jones is a legend. You're just
I'm just
thinking of
thinking, like,
guys that we
Super Bowl.
Yeah, Tommy
talked
Townsend.
to.
Like,
Guys that we
Nick
talked
Bolton.
to.
yeah, MIZ.
ZOU.
I don't know, man. There's a bunch.
Chase Daniel
my-
would actually be a good one. Like lifelong backup. He's backed up some really good
You know who
Not
I
bad,
really
actually,
liked
yeah.
in the booth was I really like Greg Olson.
Oh,
Yeah, he's good. He's so
really
underrated.
good.
He's so underrated.
He's so underrated. He's really
He's
good.
great.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Tony Romo. I only started liking Tony Romo once he started
Romo's
commentating.
overrated.
All right,
Does
Kelsey
Drew Brees
Cass
do
it
it?
is.
What?
Does Drew Brees
Nah,
do
he-
it?
No,
did
he
the-
doesn't.
He did
done
the
something.
in studio shit and he sucked and
Yeah.
I think he stopped.
I feel like Josh Allen could be good.
Josh
Yeah.
Allen will be good.
Probably
Like a fun guy.
the quarterbacks would just be good in general.
What head
Yeah.
coach would you want to see in the booth?
Sean Payton.
Sean
Vrabel.
McVay.
Sean Payton.
Mike Vrabel would be funny. I feel like
Vrabel would be
He'd be
good.
good.
Andy
would
Reid.
be.
I would just want to hear.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid doesn't have enough personality.
next
I just
John
need
Madden.
I just need McDaniel at color commentator. Just add a little flair to it. He'll say some dumb shit.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I would think Sean McVay would be the best one.
Brian Dable.
McVay would probably
Oh.
be good just
You
pragmatically.
get Ken
Mike
Dorsey
Tomlin?
just getting really angry.
Mike Tomlin will get you to run through a wall mid fucking game.
We'll run through your TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
know,
let's move on. All right, the last thing we're gonna do is a couple weeks ago we ranked our favorite what was it, offensive position player trios on offense.
skill position.
Skill position
So
trios.
sad I wasn't here for that.
So today, we're gonna be ranking our favorite defensive duos. Okay, our top 10 defensive duos. So we're
Which
all gonna
was
go around.
suggested to us by one of our followers on TikTok.
Yo, shout out to
Oh,
followers on
cool.
TikTok.
He actually, I think, said trios, but
He said trios, but that's a lot.
I think
is
we
hard.
should do trios one of these days.
Could.
It's
We
a
should
lot
do
of good
quads. Starting fives.
All right, number one quads. AJ Dillon. Then we go Saquon.
Jalen Hurts.
And
Daniel Jones.
Low key though, you see that video that came out with Jamar catching a ball yesterday? Jamar's quad's very underrated.
he's a professional athlete.
Dude, these guys.
No,
are all,
but
all
there-
their,
there's
if you look at all their
quads,
quads,
what about
quads?
Wait, can I bring up Headband Joe?
Whoa.
Yeah, he's got a
He's
little bit of flow
making
now.
he's
What were
making
his
a
MV
run for
I mean, there's-
sexiest
he has
quarterback.
plus
He's
650.
really making a run.
Headband Joe plus 650 to win the MVP with Mahomes. There for a reason.
He's that.
Yeah, he is favorite.
Look at his jawline. What a fucking
All right,
jawline.
let's go through it. Who wants to do their first?
Can I
list?
go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No inspiration. I can't adjust my list like I usually do based on what you guys say.
And since Matan is such an NFL guru, this is all off the top of his head.
This is off the dome.
Yeah.
This is off the dome.
your dome.
Sort of like, yeah, this is off the dome.
Not a Bleacher Report article from 2 years ago.
No, I wouldn't have done that because that wouldn't have been accurate.
It would have been this year.
There was an article I saw of last year, ahead of last year's season, but that didn't help me. All right, my top 10 defensive duos in the NFL. I compiled a list and ordered it.
Order that shit, baby.
accordingly.
Uber Eats
Number
it.
one, Nick Bosa and Fred Warner.
You're a smart man.
Thank you. They're very good.
That should be
That's
an
my
objective.
analysis.
That should be the
I
objective.
feel like
think
that's
there's like this-
consensus
yeah.
number one, right?
should be the objective one, except for
be.
one
I'm not
person that
gonna
concerns
assume.
me on
I'm
this
not
podcast.
going to assume anything
right?
of anyone's list.
Yeah. Do
Uh,
I concern you with
Number
that?
two, I hate to do it, but I have been giving them praise on my rankings. The Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs, and Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
good. as
Number
well.
two. Micah Parsons is probably the best
What was
defender
that?
in
I don't-
football. And Trayvon Diggs is like he's a top
Sure,
6.
They're in my
Corner.
top 3.
sure.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
They're in my top 3 as well.
But not
They're
3.
at number 2.
No,
but
I'm
they
saying
are in
good. Like
my
W,
top
common
three.
Matan
Top three.
W.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Number 3, I got Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams.
Whoa. That's high.
Is it?
It's the best corner in football, and Quinnen Williams is incredible. So I feel like that's not that crazy.
One of the best.
It's high in my opinion.
Oof.
This one Adam's gonna like. Number 4, I got X Howard and Jalen Ramsey. You're welcome.
Well, I mean, I appreciate it, but
You're welcome.
Jalen Phillips should be in there over Xavier Howard.
Yeah, well, Xavier Howard's got a cooler name. So
It's true. He's also owns an ice cream shop in Miami.
is that
You like
true?
ice cream? It
Also,
is
he was
true.
playing hurt all last year. Do you know that?
He was, yeah, his groin.
Yep.
Yeah, he was playing, but PFF, bro.
And now he's going to have
That's
Jalen
true.
Ramsey to take some pressure off him. It's going to be great.
I'm excited for X, man.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, bounce back season, right?
Number
Hey,
5, I got
That's Brian. Don't do
number
it.
5, I
his
got
name is Zach.
T.J. Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Checks
number-
out.
That's
Checks
number
out.
5. Yeah. Number 6, Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith.
Yep, that checks
I
out.
like Myles Garrett a lot.
Oh, and
Hey.
Zadarius Smith. Forgot he's there now.
Yeah.
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 Don't be adjusting your rankings now.
Don't be.
No, the Browns are on my list. It's just a different guy.
Denzel.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Sure.
he's pretty good. It's
Pretty good.
This is where the rest of the rankings kind of
No,
are.
you're doing great.
This is where it falls apart.
Not falls apart. No. I got good lists, but I wouldn't
You're
necessarily.
doing great.
It's all right. Number 7, Darius Slay and James Bradbury.
Sure.
Oh,
You see, I got other names, but I don't.
Sure.
To me,
giant legend.
it's facts. Giant legend. I had to put him up there. That's why I put him there.
course.
And Darius Slay is good.
So happy for
Darius
you.
Slay, dog.
Dude,
Diggy.
he probably slays.
Darius Slay, dog. Wasn't it?
Pussy.
Wasn't it Darius Slay that was the one who was like we asked who was top 5 wide receivers hardest wide receivers to cover.
dog.
Yeah.
He was the one who went
Jalen Waddle,
Dog.
Tyreek Hill.
Dog.
He's like, yo, Jamar's kind of a dog too.
He named other wide receivers as well. He didn't just name the
No, he
Dolphins.
only named Dolphins wide receivers.
He's like, everyone else kind of pretty ass.
I mean,
bro.
Mike Renner and Darius Slade, just no
True.
ball.
Number 8 on my list is Marshawn Lattimore and Demario Davis. Shout out those guys.
That's
Might
a
put
sleeper.
Tyrann
That's a
Matthew
sleeper. That's a
over
sleeper one.
Marshawn Lattimore,
It's a
but
sleeper.
sure.
I would take Cam
Nah, I'd
Jordan
keep-
over Lattimore, but
Cam Jordan too.
Number 9, or really I should say another duo on my list, is Von Miller and Tre'Davious White.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hurt all last year, so people forget one of the best corners in the NFL.
That's what I was about to say.
yeah, he's pretty good.
He's good.
He is good. Von Miller's fucking
Miller's
awesome
also
too.
incredible.
I
Von
love
Miller's
Von
unreal.
Miller.
Also hurt.
He's
Also
also
hurt
hurt.
last
another
year.
person I want to hear.
in the booth.
In the booth.
I would
Oh,
totally
he would
want
be
to
He
hear
would
really
be
good.
fun.
He's just fucking awesome. I've always loved him. He's great.
The Voncast?
And number 10, I got Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Good one.
Still two of the better
Say,
defenders in football. Khalil Mack was unreal once.
Taking Derwin James.
He's
over
still really good.
No, Khalil Mack's a dog.
And then honorable mention, this is actually at 0, so this is better than 1,
Oh.
is Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams.
Of course. At number 0, congratulations to the New York Giants.
Number
It's
0.
unranked. It's
Hard
like
to do.
priceless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
New York
Unranked.
Giants.
Unranked
Unranked.
usually means you're not good enough to be
Yeah.
ranked.
I was thinking of putting Xavier McKinney in there.
Yeah. I would
but-
probably put him there over the
So,
USC
yeah.
guy, Leonard Williams.
Over Nick Bosa and Fred Warner.
Well, yeah.
They're better.
Adam?
Sure.
Yes. So that's my rankings.
I think you did great.
I think that they're incredibly accurate, and if you disagree, you're wrong.
I think
That makes sense.
your list is really good at one position, and that's the first
No,
one.
the 0.
And the 0 spot was
Cover
really
0.
good.
Thanks, bro.
The
Which
zero
a hitter
spot was-
can't hit. My top 10 defensive duos in the NFL look like this. I'm going to go 10 to 1.
Okay.
Switch it up. At number 10, Levante David and Antoine Winfield Jr.
I was thinking about doing a
Antoine
little
Winfield
Bucks.
Jr., great football name.
Randomly got a FaceTime from him. Slight plug of me being the man.
Nice.
That was like a couple
Dude,
weeks
Adam
ago.
is, honestly, he's the fucking man.
is the man,
Dude,
bro.
facts.
Just saying, she's
Bro,
the man as well.
Adam dapped up Zay Flowers, who
That's true.
some remembered him after you reminded him who you were.
Yeah.
Didn't know your name, though.
I actually didn't. If you look at the tape, I didn't have to remind. I just took off the
Oh, really?
glasses. If you, once I took off the glasses, he remembered exactly.
That's
who it
true. I
was.
saw. Yep, I confirm.
Yep.
Can't confirm?
I
Sauce?
confirm I saw it.
At number 9, I go Darius Slay and Hassan Reddick.
Sure.
Sure.
At number 8, I go Joey Bosa and Derwin James. Actually, I'm taking
No
Derwin.
Khalil?
I'm just taking Khalil's older. Derwin, yeah, he's been injured, but when healthy,
I
he's
like
the best safety
Derwin
in the
too.
He's
NFL.
sick.
He's top 3.
At number 7, everyone forgot this. Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed.
No, L'Jarius Sneed should not be there instead
He's
of Nick
okay.
Bolton.
Yeah.
L'Jarius, you got me there. I got no refutation.
I'm
Bolton's
only
really
saying that
good.
because Mizzou, but he's
I
also
I mean,
a dog.
Chris
He is a
Jones,
dog.
the best interior defender. L'Jarius Sneed was
Also
a
the
top
best
10 corner.
singer. He's also the best singer on the Chiefs.
L'Jarius Sneed was a top 10 corner last year.
Would you care to replace him with Nick Bolton, though? I'll let you do this.
Dude, would I care?
Would you care to do that?
No, but
Oh,
M-I-Z.
I'm
COU.
COU. I'm
No,
fine
no,
doing
you
it.
can't say that. You revoke your Mizzou card.
Why? I said I'll put him in there.
I watched the second episode of Sopranos last night.
You did?
Oh,
Good job.
Carmelo.
I started
Carmelo, bro.
Carmelo.
Carmela Anthony.
Fucking what the cousin. Well, there's so many cousins. They're all great.
Yeah, they're all related.
good. Though.
Just
They're
pick
all
an
hilarious.
Italian name.
Oh, Chrissy?
Sal.
No. Paulie.
Paulie Walnuts.
So funny.
I love Paulie, bro. Wait till the episode when they get stuck in the snow. Him and
So
Chrissy, it's
funny.
fucking awesome.
At number 6, I'm going TJ Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
At number 5, I also have Myles Garrett and Zadarius Smith. That's
Nice.
a crazy duo.
Zadarius sounds.
At
like
number
a
4, I go
sneeze.
Trayvon Diggs and Michael Parsons.
Yep.
You were mad about him having them at 2. 4 and 2 are pretty close.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but I don't think 2.
Okay.
At number 3, I go Jalen Ramsey and Jalen
Yeah, but we
Phillips.
both had them in the top 4.
Sure.
Would you rather have Jalen Phillips over Bradley Chubb?
Yeah, younger.
He's a little more.
You took
athletic.
Ramsey and Phillips.
Yeah, I mean Jalen Phillips, PFF friend of the pod, had him at like 6. So
So that's why you can't have Xavier Howard in there.
Had him at
Correct.
6.
Wow.
Had him at 6 in terms of what?
edge defenders.
Best edge defenders? Oh, nice.
So I think I also think Jalen Phillips is
You actually-
he's like 24 years old.
You have to clarify with PFF because there's been some niche fucking stat that Adam pulls out.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what he was talking about in terms of like number 6.
No, it's
What are
fine.
you
It's
talking
fine. At number 2, Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams.
That's high.
Arguably the best
I don't
interior
think that's
defender. Arguably the best corner in the NFL. That's
Like they're
not
that
high.
good. They are that good.
Quentin Williams is
are
fucking
that good?
disgusting.
They are that good.
At number 1, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner.
But here's my gripe with your number 2. Quentin Williams had one good year, and and Sauce Gardner, and you always knock people for that.
Sure, but I'm also talking about a duo right here. Like they had one great year.
I'm just saying.
That's why, like, yeah,
That's true. Just call a spade a spade.
spade a spade.
Yeah,
Proof's in the pudding. I mean, you're not wrong.
Per se, you should call us play.
So yeah,
Atomisms. No, but good one, bro. W take for real. Oh God, no cap. That ass.
it's my top 10 duos.
All right.
Oh, man.
Now the list.
Felipe, who are your top 10
the list we've all been
defensive
waiting
duos?
for.
All right, my top defensive duos:
Dan Quinn and Micah Parsons together.
Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy. Number one, I have T.J. Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick.
Whoa.
At first I did have Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, but the thing is, linebacker just isn't as valuable as an edge. In my opinion, T.J. Watt healthy is still the best edge rusher
But
in
Nick
the league.
Bosa's an edge.
Yes, and like I just said,
you're saying the
T.J. Watt
safety's
is
more
still
important.
in my opinion, when healthy, a better edge rusher than Nick Bosa, and I think Minka is more valuable to a team. A safety is more valuable to a team than
love this
a
man.
linebacker.
Then a middle linebacker.
Yeah, and yes, there's the
The
leadership.
quarterback
that
of
goes
the
with linebacker.
defense.
Fred Warner's great, but I think Minka's had a longer, I guess, prime than.
I don't know about that.
I think so.
I really don't know
It's
about that.
probably pretty close.
You. All right.
No, sure, engagement.
People forget. People forget.
They're in his top 3.
They're my number 2, but they're not as good as
People forget. Minka and T.J. Watt had the Steelers at 10-0 a couple years ago when that team was fucking awful. They were horrible.
years
Niner-
ago.
but the
That was
2
with
years
Ben
ago.
Roethlisberger.
But the Niners also like have been one of the most dominant teams.
But they
especially
have a
since
lot
they've
of talent
gotten in.
all over. Like the Steelers.
No, not on
Sure.
the defensive side. They really don't.
I just think like Nick, you can make an argument number one edge rusher. You can make it, and Fred Warner probably the best
Yes, no,
linebacker
no,
in the NFL.
there's
so
no question.
How is that not the
objectively,
number
I think
one
Fred is the best.
duo?
I think Fred is the best linebacker. And I think Nick is a top 3 edge rusher. I just think safety is a
Sure.
more valuable position than linebacker.
Sure.
Number
Engagement,
2.
I love it.
It's not for
How
engagement.
is
This
safety
is
more valuable than middle linebacker? I'm actually curious.
because
You know football better than me. I'm actually like curious.
So linebacker, what you can get out of a middle linebacker in particular is the leadership, is the kind of quarterbacking of the defense. That's great. But a lot of times that can be made up for with different positional groups, just like knowing what the fuck they're doing with defensive coordinators and stuff like that. So if you take that aspect away, linebackers plug and play. It's like running back. Anybody can run from sideline to sideline, can react quickly. It's not
Fred
that hard of a
Warner's also
position.
like the top pass covering linebacker in football too. Like
yeah,
he can stop the
but
running,
he's
stop
saying
the
like
pass. He's a leader.
It's a rarer find to get a guy
Yes.
who can actually spot up with a wide receiver, like with an
Or a
alpha
tight
wide
end.
receiver or a tight end,
And
right?
stop the
Than-
run.
Than it is to find a linebacker.
no,
A guy-
Minka's incredible. I agree.
Like Buda Baker is arguably more valuable than Fred Warner is because
my
you can put him in the
Lord.
box, stop the run. You can
No.
put him on a
Adam,
receiver,
did you hear
stop the
that?
pass.
I heard it, but
that's crazy.
Not
You'd rather have
entertaining
Buda
it.
Baker than Fred Warner?
I would rather
arguably?
have Fred Warner because I think Fred Warner is the best linebacker in the league. But I'm just saying in terms of value, just like the 5th best tight end is probably more valuable than the number 1 best running back. It's just what it is. So I'm going to take that.
I see what you're saying.
I get it.
I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Keep going.
I decompressed them.
Number 2, Nick Bosa and Fred Warner are still number 2. It's not like I'm
Yeah,
shitting on them.
yeah.
They're number 2.
No, you shit on them.
Number 3, Trayvon Diggs and Micah Parsons. Turnovers on the back end, and then you got the pass rush in front. Number 4, Hassan Reddick and Brandon Graham. That's probably the best
No
edge
Sauce
rushing
and-
duo.
No, Zadarius Smith and Myles Garrett.
I disagree.
Why?
Because Brandon Graham's been a top 5 D end for years.
Okay, and how many years has
And Hassan Reddick had a great year last year.
Okay, same with Zadarius Smith.
Miles Garrett's been a top.
Miles
pass
Garrett's
rusher
been
for
the best.
6 years.
Miles Garrett's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Miles Garrett is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But Zadarius Smith is good, but wasn't as good this past year as he was
He's a year
2 years
removed
ago.
from
He was
being like a rear
Was
barrier.
really-
I mean, we're talking also, PFF friend of the pod.
That's true.
He
All
was
right.
the 11th best.
Number 4.
He was
Number
higher
5,
than Brandon Graham.
Number 5, I got Sauce and Quinnen.
Just saying.
Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. Number 6, I'll take a Bucks duo too, but neither of the guys you mentioned. I think Levante David's kind of washed at this point. I took Vita Vea and Devin White. Vita Vea is one of the best defensive tackles in the league. Devin White is so fucking athletic.
Yeah, I would have taken Devin White too. You could have taken Devin White and Levante David.
Yeah, but no, we're just PFF,
Number 6, someone all y'all missed. Shaq Leonard and DeForest Buckner.
They're on my list too, bro.
Okay.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Good
Shaq-
shit.
Good
Shaq-
list.
Again,
I forgot him.
they would have been top 3 if linebacker was more valuable. It's just not.
Or if Shaq wasn't hurt.
Shaq was hurt last year too.
I totally forgot. Totally forgot.
I don't know
All
how
right.
you guys fucking sleep, bro.
After that, I'll take your boys, Jalen Ramsey and Jalen Phillips.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, cool. I think I'm at 7, maybe. I didn't number these. Then I have Pat Surtain and Justin Simmons.
Yeah, Justin Simmons. I mean, you love your safeties, so that makes sense.
And then I have Roquan Smith and Marlon Humphrey, number 10.
Yep, they got to be there.
I wanted Joey Bosa and
another one
Derwin
I
James, but
forgot.
Joey was hurt last year. Derwin I like too, but he's also been dealing with injury problems. But they could be top 5, like when both of them are
I
healthy.
forgot so many.
So that's my 10.
No, I have the Ravens in there too. Good takes, except the first one. All right, I guess I'll go.
Mostly good takes.
Yeah, mostly good takes from Felipe.
I had the Niners at 2, bro. Come on, man.
All right, Jack.
Which is crazy.
Who's your list, Jack?
Top 10. Sorry. I just
yeah,
can't
you're
get
doing
over
great.
that. I
You're
can't
doing
get
great.
over.
You're doing great.
He's
Blasphemy.
rattled. He's rattled.
I mean, Jesus Lord. All right, he's just mad about the last 2 playoff losses. Anyway, top 10 defensive duos in football. Number 1 is Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. I think that should be the consensus.
You don't say.
It's shocking I'm saying that out of all people. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
But that, and then I'll go Steelers. TJ Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick.
Oh, no, so it's not that crazy. Like, come on, you had him at 2.
No, but there's a level to it. Like, number 3,
I had him
Cowboys.
at like 7.
I'll go Micah and Trayvon Diggs.
Nice.
Number 3.
I had him at 6.
I put the Colts at 4 with Shaq Leonard and DeForest
Yeah,
Buckner.
they're so good. I had them
They're
higher.
so
I forgot.
fucking
I totally
good,
forgot
man.
about
Oh
them.
my
Yeah,
god.
they're so good.
They would have easily have been in that top 5.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Jack, low-key.
Then I went Browns, Myles Garrett, but I said Denzel Ward. But
That's
probably
still good.
Probably go to Zadarius Smith, I
I'd
guess.
probably-
But either or.
I prefer Ward.
Yeah, I like a lockdown corner. Then 6 of the Dolphins.
That
I put
completes the duo better than like 2 edge rushers.
Exactly.
yeah. I think so. But so 6 I'll go Dolphins, Jalen Ramsey, and Xavier Howard.
Yep.
I think Howard, played hurt all last year. I'm very educated on the subject of Xavier Howard.
Oh, you
So,
put Jalen
I
and
can't
Xavier
wait for them
Howard.
to be
Yeah, I
2
did.
or 3.
Lovely.
Yeah, 2 lockdown corners, man. Sheesh. All right.
I can't wait for
I
them
don't
to
know
be
about
2
lockdown,
and
but-
3 on the cornerback rankings. I said
What?
I can't wait for them to be 2 and 3 on the quarterback rankings behind
Quarterback.
Sauce.
Behind
Behind
Sauce.
Sauce, of course.
Yeah.
No, behind Charvarius Ward.
Yeah.
All right, number
you're
7.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
y'all forgot about Mookie.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Buki.
That's what they call him. Number 7's the Ravens, Roquan and Marlon Humphrey. I don't know how you guys forgot about them,
I
too.
totally
They're
forgot.
awesome.
They're so
The
good.
problem is I put like 13 people down, and then I just got tired, and I was like, I can't stop forgetting.
Fair.
So I'm gonna
It
make a
was the
list
hoops.
based off of that.
It was the hoops.
Yeah. Oh
Yep.
no, I'm out of commission.
I like that hat.
Number
Went to the draft, this year.
hat?
No
Yeah.
way, me too.
Number 8, Chargers. I went Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Nice.
I mean, I just like a nice edge rusher.
That's what I took too.
I think Khalil Mack still got it. He was good
He
last year.
does still have it.
Yeah. Number 9, I put Jets, Sauce Gardner, and Quinn Williams. It's just because it's the 1-year sample size from each of them. So
Hey, anytime you can put the Jets low,
hey,
you
you're
got
welcome.
my support. You got my support. But I put them too.
Yeah,
I'm on
what?
the Jets train this year. I'm on the Jets train this year.
Man,
Yeah, I'd like to see him play well. I'd like to see
too.
him play
Where
well.
was Quinnen last
They
year?
deserve this. And then number 10, I got the Eagles, Hassan Reddick and Darius Slay. I like an edge rushing corner, dude. You got a guy rushing the pass. You got a guy covering the ball. That's good. And then I have a couple honorable mentions that I really wanted to put on my list, but I just couldn't do it. The Saints with Demario Davis and Cam Jordan.
I totally forgot
That's
Cam
fucking
Jordan too.
disgusting.
That's
but
nasty.
I still think
We gotta make
a
trios
double
and
a double
quads.
D lineman list is kind of a tough duo comparatively to, like, in my opinion, like an edge rusher and a corner.
And yeah, I agree.
And then I think the Lions have a super underrated one that might be nice this year: Aiden Hutchinson and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That could be a fun one.
I forgot that he's on the line.
Yeah, they're on the way. They're on the outside looking in.
Yeah,
Still.
they don't deserve to make the top 10, but they deserve to get mentioned.
They do.
Lions, good job.
Very honorable.
And then obviously my 0 is the Giants.
Obviously.
0.
The fucking one. It's the most value. There is no value. You know, there's so much value. It's invaluable.
Wins
Exactly.
above
You know
replacement.
what the best defense is? Is a quarterback that doesn't throw interceptions. Daniel Jones. Whew.
I should have taken Dak as the best defender because he just throws picks all the time.
Yeah, dude.
The delivery on that was
He
fucking
got
nasty,
you, bro. He
dude.
got you so good.
The delivery,
Holy
was, the
shit.
delivery was good, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I smoked him to wrap up the pod.
All right, we got to end this shit. because
Yeah,
Leap's
bro.
gonna
On that
cry.
note,
Shit.
note,
Nah, that was
sorry,
tough.
I didn't mean to go for your heart.
Wait,
Oh.
God is dope.
can we ask a fun question though, real quick?
Please, I like having fun.
Which is part of the reason I think we
Oh.
might have structured our
Go.
rankings the way we did.
Go.
What if you could have 2 elite players on your defense? What positions would you want to have them at?
Edge and
Corner and
corner.
edge.
Yeah.
Edge and corner, right?
I agree.
So, right, I totally agree because you get one person rushing the quarterback and then the other. They always say it's like, what causes more interceptions, right? A defensive line or just edge rushers or linebackers getting to a quarterback,
Defensive line.
or the secondary locking down receivers and forcing quarterbacks,
No.
to hold on to the ball.
Because you could have a really good secondary, and then you could have.
He's trying to do this to justify Minka Fitzpatrick, but Minka's a safety, so it doesn't really matter.
Well,
but Minka's covering half the field type of shit.
Exactly.
You know, or he's getting in the box. But I think when it comes down to you could have a lockdown secondary, and then some middle of the pack, edge rushers are gonna have sacks because of that.
Exactly. So right now, I totally agree. So I would always rather have Trayvon and Mike. I think that's why they're so dominant. Even though Trayvon is not a top 5 corner whatsoever.
But Trayvon,
because he's a ball hawk.
Yeah, it's
and you have the guy who's getting after the quarterback, so the quarterback's going to have to get rid of it quick and throw it out.
I don't put Trayvon in the lockdown necessarily, but I put him in
not
the
lockdown
playmaker.
whatsoever.
Yeah, he's the playmaker.
Playmaker.
Ball hawk.
Yeah. I'll say he gets more picks because he's a great player.
He's going to get burned.
He knows how to play the ball better than almost any corner.
He's going to get burned, but at the same time, he's going to go up and try and get it.
So, Minka and TJ.
Yeah,
that is his play style.
Ultimately, if you have the edge rusher and you have a corner, you're basically covering the whole field, right? That, essentially. Those are the 2 spots of the field you need to cover the most. Is where the wide receiver is and where the quarterback is. So
in the most important defensive position.
But then what happens when they run the ball?
If I'm if I'm picking in order, in defense for my defense, what players I want, what positions I want, I'm taking probably number 1
edge.
No, you go corner.
I go
one or the other. I think it's 1-on-1. So either edge or corner.
Depends who's on the board.
After that, you're probably going either defensive tackle or safety.
I feel like
linebacker is the last thing you're gonna go, which is why Fred Warner just isn't as valuable as a Minka Fitzpatrick.
Fred Warner does things that other linebackers don't. He can cover tight ends. He can cover receivers. He can cover running backs.
Yeah.
Just to answer your question in terms of order you would take it, I feel like it's got to be corner first because the edge rushers are still gonna they're gonna be guys rushing them, putting pressure, but the quarterback is still gonna throw the ball. You know what I mean?
One for you then.
The quarterback is still gonna throw the ball towards the wide receivers. So if you have a corner who's locking that wide receiver down, that's ultimately the most valuable thing you can get.
I got one for you then. You're starting a franchise with one of these defensive players: Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Sauce Gardner, Pat Surtain.
Starting a franchise.
Arguably,
I'm taking Sauce because of age. Now, obviously, Surtain is young too, but I'm taking Sauce over Surtain.
I would give a younger edge.
TJ Watt's 29, Myles Garrett's 28,
but I'd do Garrett or Watt. I think edge rushers more.
But they're 29. But they're older.
That's
what I'm saying. If they're all 21,
they're all the same age.
Okay, if they're all the same age, which one are you taking?
I would take Watt.
Probably Watt.
Garrett's a freak, though.
I think Watt's generational, and so is Sauce.
They're both generational.
They're all. That's like I said, 1-to-1. I really don't care. You're going to be fine either way. But what you're not going to do is take the best linebacker.
But I think
if it's Fred, you're not going to take him. If it's Shaq Leonard, you're not going to take him because they're not going to make as big of an impact as a top corner or top edge rusher.
Yeah.
Here's my thing though with corner versus edge too. Edge rushers primes are much longer than corners primes. A lot of corners we've seen Darrell Reeves was good for 3 or 4 years.
Nah, Darrell was good for 10.
Even
but he's rare.
Josh Norman was good for a couple years because he was elite for a couple years.
You don't have the same burst as you get older in terms of speed.
Yeah. That's also about bend.
But you need burst as an edge too.
You
but
you need strength more than you need
and there's more skill. I think there's more skill into being a rusher with all the pass moves and everything.
It's so tough.
If you can maintain your physical strength, you don't need to run as fast and keep up with the wide receiver when you're.
I don't know. Edge is a lot about quickness, though.
Yeah, it's quickness, but I'm just saying in terms of
bend,
straight line speed. I don't know.
I see what you're saying. I think maybe.
That's why I take an edge because they're
mobility. There's a little less mobility.
Maybe by a bit, yeah.
There's less mobility.
You see, Stephon Gilmore,
he's been so good for so long.
He's been good for 5 years, but it still feels like he's at the tail end of it.
Yeah, no, I think we've probably seen edge rushers have longer.
We should wrap this podcast.
All right, yeah. Well, thanks for listening to the Caps Off Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. Go to thegameday.com.
We're almost at 10K subs.
Best sportsbook offers. Yeah, Jack Astat incoming.
Yeah, I already got one on the left cheek, so why not make it the right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll see you next time. Peace, y'all.
Bye.
If you're happy and you know it, hit subscribe. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe. If you're happy and you know it, comment below and let us. If you're happy and you know it, let us know what to talk about next week. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, hit subscribe. Go to thegameday.com for all the best sportsbook offers.
Sorry for keep singing to you.
Woohoo.